Hey everyone, this is Mars. This KvK is just kind of crazy. I mean, the kingdom we went up against, Kingdom 29, has played longer than I have. I started in Kingdom 30 and Kingdom 31. So this matchup was crazy. They've really struggled in the past with their KvKs due to just working together and having people online, but they had a pretty good showing this KvK. They had significantly more T11 troops than us, and they took care of their business. We went into this KvK knowing we didn't have much of a chance, and we're still going to try. There's no point of even playing KvK other than for personal points if you don't even think you have a chance. But we still give it a good go. Obviously, we lost. I don't think anyone would have bet on us if we were in the betting gallery, but that's where we landed. The promotion system's a little silly to me. It could be really good, though, for others. Enough of that. A huge discussion that stemmed from this KvK is T11 versus T10. Now, everyone has been screaming, T10 infantry is terrible. Stop training them. They're no good. Don't. I will say this. T10 are terrible against going up against T11 infantry. T11 infantry just is so much more powerful than the T10 infantry. In fact, to a degree, you're almost giving away kills by putting T10 up against T11. Now, on the flip side, you're going to have a lot of killed troops if you don't have T10, if you don't have access to T11. And the reason being is the T10 infantry have a lot of HP. The T11 infantry only have 100 and some change more HP than the T10. The reason why the T10 die so significantly is, one, the T11 have greater attack. Their stats are just greater in every regard, but even though they're both range 1, the spearmen have an ability it's in their description that gives them a longer reach. So, in fact, the spearmen get to attack prior to the T10. So the T10 takes this huge brunt of damage before they're even able to counterblow. So this means that they're meat shield against T11 troops. Now they have a significantly better chance against T9 infantry, which are also spearmen, because of the HP difference. It's close to, a 50% change in HP difference when you look at T10 versus T9. The significant HP difference makes the world of difference in that case. So, is T10 infantry bad? No. Is it bad versus T11 infantry? Yes. So that's something to keep in mind. My rule is you want to have at least the same amount of spearmen as you have of T10 infantry, the knight swordsman, whatever you want to call them. So that's my thought on this, and you're gonna see how much of a beating T10 take throughout this video. Alright, let's get into some gameplay. So this is the first rally I took. It was interesting to see myself just get obliterated. So I had everything not set at all. I didn't have the reinforcements I needed to take on this kind of rally, and we're gonna look at it here. So I had a 3 close to 4 million power differential, not in my favor. They cleaned up on me, and if you look right here, the biggest difference in this battle was they had all T11 infantry, and they had a huge increase in HP over mine. So they nearly killed every single T10 infantry in my castle, just because it was just a slaughter. I really needed every single T11 available in my kingdom to be able to successfully take on a rally like that. So I wanted to take a minute to show my buddy Q Steel. He is a non-spender, so he's done this all organically. One of the great things he's done is he's really just built up all of his troops. He has really good stats for where he's at, and he plays the trap game, and he does it very successfully. He doesn't shoot to take on rallies, he shoots to bait overconfident castles to hitting him, and it's a very successful strategy, and he doesn't have to spend to do it. So 2 really successful attacks there. He gets rallied and he bubbles, and that's all she wrote. So it's a good way of getting points, it's a good way of playing, and he can consistently play Roke this way, and really great, and other players can play this way. So this is my friend Axe, and this is his rally he took. He just recently became Legendary 3, and he also has very good stats, but he lost a lot of troops in this rally he took, and it's just crazy. You're just gonna look here at all the troops they sent, just all T11 infantry. That's a lot to take. That you're gonna look, he even has T11 infantry there, but just they clean up on the T10 infantry. They kill it off. So this is one of the few rallies that we had and I joined, at least when I was on. And what we got here is a castle that just wasn't protecting itself, and we wanted to clean up some kills. So I send a lot of cavalry, T10, and then just some T9 spearmen infantry, and we're going to see how it goes. I help speed, because that's what I think you should do as a team member. At this point, I had very little to no T10 infantry left anyways, so gotta keep that in mind. Also, I don't think you should send T10 infantry when there's T11 infantry in a rally. So
As you can see there, the results is really good. But due to how our formation was, there was just a lot of T10 infantry in there, and I think that our cavalry charged and hit them from behind, and we got just a significant amount of kills. So it worked really great in our favor, especially since we charged. We were able to miss a lot of their spearmen infantry that they had in there, and that was a very successful attack for us. And it actually helps me get to the middle chest that allows you to get the 5 shards. So that was huge for me. Unfortunately, there was some people that took some pretty heavy losses where I did not, and that happened to me a lot last week, not this week. So this next battle, he solos me twice, and the first one I had no reinforcements. The second one I did. So if you can see, the difference there is 160,000 troops. Now, again, most of those deaths came from siege and T10 infantry. So reinforcing the whole stigma of T10 infantry is really bad against T11 infantry. Even still, it's a great power differential in both cases. I will take those hits again and again and again and be very happy. He's a very strong player. His HP is really great. And after trying to solo me, he goes for just killing me with a rally. And so I look very carefully at this rally, and I'm going to take it if the numbers are enough in my favor. And I had 2 players with T11 infantry available to reinforce me. So I'm actually going to try and take this rally, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to heal. And just looking at these healing costs, guys, you're going to see how significant it is to have to heal up all these troops several times in a KvK. It's pretty strenuous on your resources, but for players like myself, it's worth it because I play this game to fight. Something that you may consider when taking rallies against T11 is either have a significant amount of spearmen in your castle, even if that is T9 to back up your T10 infantry so their deaths actually matter, or to decrease the amount of T10 infantry in your castle so that only that small amount of T10 infantry gets killed, and then you have a kind of a delayed factor for you trying to get those other troops in your castles to hit the T11 and give you a chance. So I'm getting all set up. I'm watching the rally. Not going to do anything special. And just kind of paying attention to it. Making sure that everything's set up. Now, this is really hard to take because you have the Wren Steel Shaper, who gives the HP buff to all of his troops that are in the rally, and then you have the Faceless Knight, which is to most the very best hero in the game. That's a dangerous combo, especially when it comes to rallies. I mean, it's really good in solos as well. But when you're getting such a huge HP buff for every troop type, it's quite significant. As you can see here, I'm just keep on checking everything that's going into the rally. I don't want to take on a huge amount of troops. I've already shown that I can't take on a large amount of T11 infantry. So I'm just trying to make sure that the numbers are good. I'm checking my reinforcements, making sure that I'm going to have the best chance possible to take this rally on. When you're being rallied, you just want to make sure that you're checking everything. I go in and I decide to pump my HP to try and counter his a little bit. Anything I can do to increase my stats. My stats are not as good in the enemy kingdom than they are in my own. I've worked really hard to make myself really good in my kingdom. I'm still alright in other kingdoms, but in my kingdom is where I shine the best. So, just they add some T9 cavalry in there, which I actually think benefits me greatly. I don't think that will hurt me very much. So at this point, I'm taking the rally. It's coming. Boom. That's about a 4 million power loss if I read that right. Nope. 5.8. But I will call that a win. I will take those points. I had the power differential. I took the rally on. That was a win for me. That was huge. Showing me that, my castle can take a small rally if needed. I was pretty happy with that overall. Just looking, there's all that T10 infantry that pretty much cleaned out all of the T10 infantry in my castle. That was pretty successful, at least for me.
So I just wanted to show this battle report in a little bit greater detail, because I wasn't able to show it in the gameplay very much. But you see here the power differential, still pretty good for me. We had similar amount of kills, but my kills were more significant because they were T11, and I have a majority of my deaths weren't actually deaths; they were just wounded soldiers. So successful for me. I think that he was still somewhat happy with the result, just because he was looking for points, and he still got probably a pretty good amount of points. And once again, just that HP factor. That is the reason why he was able to attack into my castle with the smaller amount of troops. He didn't have to fill up his rally to be able to get those kills, because his HP is, so significantly higher than mine, and he has the higher tier troops in his rally. We're just gonna look here. Battle details. It always seems to have an issue opening up. There we go. So yeah, we're looking at about 800,000 to 900,000 T11 infantry with a splash of T9 cavalry. And just, there you go. Look at that T10 infantry. It's just so bad against T11. That's why I really do suggest having just as many T9 infantry in your castle, or even more. My cavalry did really good. I'm really sad there was an accident in Power Up where I lost a pretty significant amount of T10 infantry, or cavalry, apologies, during that, and yeah, it sucked. I'm trying to build that up because they are very, very useful. My T9 did really good work in siege, and then as you can see here, reinforcements really help a ton. So that was the rally. Just the power differential and just the tiers make such a big difference between T11 and T10. It's really hard to combat that unless you have the significant amount of troops more than the other person, and also reinforced with your own tier matching troops. So it is what it is.
So this is going to wrap up my KvK video for this week. Hopefully you guys found it informative, if not entertaining. And I hope to make more informational videos soon. I'm trying to set up some really good tests that are going to show the differences between troops and kind of give a guide of the different strategies of playing the game. Keep working on those infantry stats. Keep working on that HP. Really, Rin Steel Shaper is a really good way of really boosting all of your troops. So that's something I would consider everybody doing. Keep your heads up, guys. I know a lot of players get just punished in KvK. That's all of us. So, this is Mars. Catch you guys on the flip side.